What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Good to see you, and you, as well as all you new faces. Today we'll be doing something a bit different because I think this is the first time I'm doing this on video, which is a mystery box challenge. Now I had some things in my fridge which were gonna spoil pretty soon, as well as some leftovers, that being the chips from the previous video. And I was posed the challenge to find a way to make all these weird ingredients work together. So that's exactly what we're gonna do today. Now it's not really a recipe, but more so a fun concept sort of video. So hopefully you're able to get some inspiration or ideas to use with your future leftovers. It's always good to get creative, and that's what we're gonna do today. So with that out of the way, let's dive right in. So today's mystery box ingredients are smoked salmon, tinned peaches, and some stale chips from the previous video. Now this dish was more or less created on the fly, so I guess you'll be seeing my thought process. With the flavors on hand, what came to mind was a poke bowl. However, for a poke bowl to be a poke bowl, we will need one ingredient. Oops, I mean rice. Since that would take the longest to cook, I began with that. For extra flavor and umami, I added some dashi concentrate and some sesame oil. I cooked the rice using the best method, aka on the stove, sorry Uncle Roger, and worked on the other components while it was cooking. Next, I decided to make a puree of sorts to counterbalance the saltiness of the salmon. For that, the peaches would do just fine. I drained the peaches manually because I was too lazy to get the strainer, and set aside a few whole slices for garnish later. Sadly, this never happened as I forgot I did that. I also reserved the liquid just in case I needed to thin out the puree. What I did next was to blend the peaches into a smooth sauce. This ended up not needing any tweaking because it was already super tasty as is. Next, I had to breathe life into the even sadder state the already sad chips were in. I've had success in reanimating slightly stale chips in the microwave before, so I opted to microwave them for about a minute. Why a microwave? Because, in very simplified terms, a microwave basically dries out your food. However, due to the style of chip that the chips were, after microwaving them, they were still a bit rubbery. So on to plan B. I blitzed up the chips into a semi-coarse powder and fried them off over low heat to re-crispen them. Also, this helped me give them a bit more depth of flavor. I cooked them for about 5 minutes, making sure to stir frequently and tweak them a bit with some dry herbs. I wanted to brown them a little, but not to burn them. Once that was done, all I had to do was to wait for the rice to finish cooking. Since I didn't want to end up cooking the salmon, I let the rice cool down to slightly above room temperature before plating. The salmon was pretty okay as is, so I opted not to do anything with it. My initial plan was to sort of make a mini popsicle shaped thingamajig, but I couldn't find any ice cream sticks lying around. So what I ended up doing was sort of making whatever shape you see here. I dusted one end of it with the crispy potato mixture for texture, and so as not to overpower the dish. To plate up, I went with the ever so pretentious blob and swoosh technique with the puree, placed the salmon ball over it, and finished it off with some furikake and toasted sesame seeds. The ensuing product, while not as pretty as I had hoped it would be, tasted pretty damn fine. And there you have it, how to make whatever I just made. Now usually if I'm using leftovers, I don't actually bother plating things up that nicely, but it was a challenge, and to that I have risen, sort of. As mentioned earlier, it's not so much a recipe, but more so of a fun concept sort of video, and maybe you'll be able to get some ideas or inspiration for things you can do with your leftovers in future. But that's basically all for today. If you enjoyed the video or learned something new, remember to like and subscribe and to share the video. Also, let me know in the comments down below if you have any other ideas or suggestions for mystery box challenges, or if you have any other dishes or recipes you'd like to learn. But for now, I'll say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.